Willunga Hill is one of the most iconic climbs in Australia, regularly used in the Tour Down Under. 3 kilometres long, average gradient of 7%. Fastest time, Richie Porte, 6 minutes 39 seconds. But don't be fooled into thinking this climb is easy, because it is most certainly not. When Richie Porte set the fastest time up here, he's said to have done over 7.5 watts per kilo, bottom all the way up to the top. But how fast is Richie Porte now that he's retired? Well, I'm at Old Willunga Hill, and it turns out so's Richie. Hi, mate.
How you going?
Good. Let's go race. Okay, Richie, welcome to GCN. How's it going?
Good.
This was the bit where you were supposed to welcome me to Australia.
What's wrong with that? Straight off the aeroplane into Willunga Hill. Can't think of it much better than for an Aussie welcome.
Oh yeah, well thanks very much. I'll take that kindly. The Tour Down Under is going to be coming up here, racing up here in a few days' time. So I somehow, a few weeks back, thought it would be a good idea if we had a race up here. Not only against each other, but also against the clock, to see just how well you're keeping your shape after retiring, and also how our times compare to what the pros are going to do today. So how are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm not too confident in my abilities at the moment.
Why not?
It's been a long retirement, but...
What's retired life like?
It's a lot less stress than professional cycling life. It's bliss. To be honest, I don't miss cycling at all. I like riding my bike, but I don't miss the professional side of it.
Okay, yeah, that's interesting. So what have you been up to? What sort of stuff's going on?
Oh, what's been up? Oh, I'm a builder's labourer now. But
straight back down to reality.
Yeah, my brother's a builder, and I love it. It's nice, you know. It's nice to, you know, I've lived on the other side of the planet for half my life, so it's nice to, you know, have family around and things like that. I've been doing a lot of swimming, a little bit of riding, and just enjoying being there with the kids and my wife.
Oh, that's nice, family life.
Exactly.
Right. Okay, right, I thought also we could probably spice things up a little bit, and we can place a bet, right? We each have to try and guess the other person's time, bottom to the top. Whoever finishes the closest wins the cash. How much you want to bet?
All right, $3. That's what I put on my abilities at the moment.
I'm actually glad you said 3. I didn't bring any money, so I was really worried you were going to say something crazy.
Nor did I. Makes 2 of us.
Right, $3 is on the line. Pretty high stakes. Shall we get set up and race?
Let's do it.
All right, thanks. I don't really know where the hell to start in trying to guess what time you're going to do. Like I'm borderline thinking of saying I could double the time, but I don't want to like offend you.
No, that's fine.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's fine.
I think 6:39, what's that times 2? 12, 13, 20?
That's good. I reckon that's a good starting point for me.
Okay, what do you think for me? I haven't got anything to base it off of.
Looking at you, I reckon you'll go sub 13 for sure.
Looks can be deceiving though.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah?
You're looking pretty sharp.
Oh, that's...
Straight off the plane.
Can you believe this? Richie Porte has just said I'm looking sharp.
You do look sharp.
Oh, mate, that means a lot. Thanks.
Yep, I would say sharp as a bowling ball you look.
Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, great. Well, shall we get to the race?
Let's do it.
We'll start a little bit steady, go easy on me, and we can talk a bit more about the climb as well as we go.
Sounds good.
Well, it's clear behind. Do you want to count us in?
Let's go. 3, 2, 1, off we go.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, Richie, we're into the base of the climb now. I'm actually slightly out of breath already. I think we should take it a bit steady going into it and then really ream it at the top. So, talk us through the climb, basically. You're someone that I feel is very well experienced on this.
Yeah, I think, well, basically the climb started about 6 k's from here. When you turn left onto the road, it was always a massive drag race.
Yeah.
Pretty tricky, pretty dangerous, I guess. Like, wasn't much to win, but if you're out of position at the bottom here, it's kind of where the sprinters and the bigger guys used all their watt bombs and trying to put you into position. So it's easy to forget it, but for me, I remember like just, you know, days of Ian Stannard just giving his all up here and doing a great job to put me in the right position.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy thinking about how the gradients affect all the different riders, but like how would you go about pacing a climb like this? It's fairly short.
Yeah.
And not super steep, what would you do?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the thing, is you just try to not make it too difficult in your head, and just, you know, there was a million different scenarios, but at the end of the day, when you get onto something like this, that's when, you know, I guess the power to weight ratio just comes into effect.
Yeah, I feel like I'm feeling that already now.
Me too. Feels like we're about 2,000 metres high, doesn't it?
Yeah. So, Old Wollonga Hill has been like a staple of the Tour Down Under race for pretty much since its inception, is that right?
Yeah, pretty much. Normally, back in the olden days, it used to come up and over, but finish in the town. So you didn't do it 2 times like they do now, and you know, you'd have guys like Greipel and Alan Davis sort of winning those stages. So it's definitely changed.
Really like changed the dynamic of the race. So you have raced up here how many times?
Probably about 8. I think the fastest time that I ever did up it, the time that I got the Strava, I actually got rolled by Matt Holmes at the top, which is pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. Now we're going to talk about that a little bit more after our race, because I've got something fun and exciting to show you, which I hope you're going to laugh at, but you can reserve judgment on that for later. So in terms of when the race is coming up here, at what point is it really starting to bite and hurt? Is the race splitting up?
Yeah, I think at this point there's a bit of a selection already made. What, we're 750 metres into it. But this is kind of where, you know, you get the guys that were a minute down on GC, kind of, you know, making an early attack.
Yeah.
And it was one of those climbs that you always needed a few teammates, but you never seemed to have enough teammates to keep it under control.
Well, you got no teammates today. You just go head to head with me.
I know. And I'm not very confident either.
Well, I think you're playing it too kind. You're playing it close to your chest. Right, so you've said some of the toughest climbs that you've done and toughest efforts have been up here. But how the hell is that possible compared to some of the crazy climbs that you're doing, like the Tour de France? Is it just because of the effort level everyone's putting in?
Probably so, and then the heat and the motivation also was always pretty high on this climb, whereas a tour climb, a traditional tour climb being a bit longer, you know, it probably wasn't as intense. You know, a climb like this, 3 kilometres, you can do a lot of damage to yourself on.
So we were saying, I've noticed already you've switched sides from me. Is this trying to hide from the wind, ready for an attack?
Well, I think my only chance to beat you is to put you into the Armco barrier there before I attack. That's about the only way I'm going to win this battle, I reckon.
Oh, God. So, whilst the gradient is pretty steady, there are some undulations and changes, and I guess when you're racing, that's where you're going to really put your attacks in.
Yeah, and that's the thing, isn't it? Sometimes it is actually better to give them a bit of a, you know, hit them a little bit on a flatter section, just to see who's got it without really putting yourself into the red.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh. You got me.
I'm near the 300 watt marker now. Richie's pushing on. He's keeping us honest.
That's about all I've got, I reckon.
Oh, I can't hear you breathing yet. I'm like a Henry the Hoover over here.
I think I'm like a duck underwater. I am crapping myself, because I know around here is the time to really distance me, so good luck.
Where was it? The year that Matt Holmes claimed his victory on here.
I probably actually caught him around about here.
Yeah.
To be honest, yeah.
So talk us through it. You caught him. How was that thing?
Well, that was the thing, is we didn't think we were going to get the breakaway back that day.
Yeah.
And I had to go from the bottom. I love Simon Yates, top bloke. When I heard in the radio that Yates here was cracking,
yeah,
it was brilliant, because he was probably the closest on my GC.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of respect for him. So then when I heard that, and it was game on for the stage.
Like a shark sniffing out blood.
I remember giving Matt a couple of little probing attacks, and realised that I wasn't going to drop him, because, you know, we got him on the flatter part, and he stuck to my wheel. But to be quite honest, we become pretty good mates with Matt after, and the victory meant more to him than it would have done to me. So
there you go.
I still won the GC. So
that's a sign of a true gentleman. Yeah,
I guess so.
Like the elder statesman.
Had you have asked me that night, then I guess I would have wanted to have won everything, but it doesn't really matter now. I'm retired. It's not an issue.
Well, on that note, the top's not far.
Oh, there you go.
Come on.
So go straight on here.
Straight on?
Yeah, straight on.
All right, straight on.
That's where the finish is. Just watch out for cars, of course. I'm going to try and get your wheel. And then I'm going to flick left, because that's where the finish is. It's actually pretty easy, because he's going on the wrong way. So I think that's probably the easiest victory I've had up here.
Right, Richie, mate, what's gone on? What's this all about? What the hell was that?
Mate, you don't study the parkours, you deserve to be second.
Why did you not tell me that you got left at the top?
You're not the first to do that. Nicole Frayne did that one year.
Oh,
third position, and she's followed the cars, because that's the offshoot.
Yeah.
And she's done a U-bolt and still finished third. So anyway,
fair. Well,
second's not too bad.
I went wrong, did a U-turn and still finished second.
Exactly.
I'm going to count that as a small victory.
I finished second here before, and there was nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, there's no wrong with that. Right, the important bit we need to decide now. What was the actual time that you got?
Pretty, 13:36?
Oh,
not too bad, eh?
That's pretty good guess.
Double and a bit.
I've actually got 14:16 because I did that bit of a detour. So technically, well, you actually won on the race to the top. Yeah. But who's winning the cash? What did you guess? No, you guessed.
I said sub 13 actually. So.
Well, but I said that I've won. I won the cash.
Done. You're going to break me.
$3 up. Hey, come on.
My kids are going to have to go through public school now. That's you've robbed me.
I know. Oh my God.
You've got no heart, do you?
Well, you're an absolutely incredible sport, but now we've got that absolute Grand Slam showdown out of the way, shall we head down to the bottom of the climb and have a little bit of a chat and catch up, talk more about the Tour Down Under and this iconic climb, and just be a little bit more civilised, shall we?
Let's do that.
Yeah, if we can find a coffee, I'll treat you to a coffee with my $3 that I've won. Lovely, the sun's come out now that we've completed our race. I'm going to use race quite loosely. We used our artistic license there a little bit,
didn't we?
So, the time that we were talking about, the fastest time on Strava that you set, was actually from 2022?
2020.
Yeah, I missed a few years out there. Now, that year, you didn't actually win the stage here, did you? You've claimed most of the ones that you've done, but a good friend of mine, Matt Holmes, won the stage.
There you go.
Now, we've spoken about this a little bit earlier as we were climbing up, but I sent Matt a WhatsApp message the other day, right?
There he is.
And I asked him to record a little video for you, and this is what he sent me.
Hey Richie, so here is a message for you from the Ghost of the Past. The one time you didn't win on Willunga Hill. This gentleman, Matthew Holmes, won up there. Matthew, say hi to Richie.
Hello. Make sure you don't let Alex beat you this time.
Here we go, Richie. Enjoy life. Happy retirement for you.
Well, there you go. I just thought it was like a bit of fun. I got literally no idea how Jens Voigt ended up in this either.
The hardest man of professional cycling. And Matt Holmes.
Yeah. That was like, I'm not sure how Jens, infiltrated into that. But hey, it was
There
a
you
bit of
go.
fun. Cool to get Matt involved. Right, that pretty much wraps up our fun and games for today. Richie, I do want to say, like, big thanks for like coming out, having fun, spending your time with us, and being just like a brilliant sport. So yeah, appreciate it, man.
Thanks for having me.
Good stuff. Now, I've got to say, if you are ever visiting like the Adelaide region, do bring a bike. If you haven't got a bike, hire one, head out and explore some of the roads, because they're truly amazing around here, aren't they?
Yeah.
Love it. Right, I've got loads of other cool content coming out. I'm filming all around the Tour Down Under. If you want to see that, head over, subscribe to GCN and GCN Tech, and also leave a comment down below on what you think of not only my performance, but Richie's performance up the climb. And if you think you could beat the times that we did now, that are somewhat closer to reality, aren't they?
Probably so.
Right, Richie, mate, see you later. Thanks very much.
Thank you.